it out here. I'm gonna read his question, and let's see if I can get back. There we go. All right. Here's a question from Paul. By the way, I'm Bradley Fish. This is really for Paul, but if you're watching, cool. Hey, I have a question on the stuff we went over last Tuesday. What were the bends that you pointed me towards? I've been getting much more comfortable with the top string triad, I think triads, as well as the mixolydian scale shapes. And I am curious, what are some good target notes for bends on a song like Fire on the Mountain? A lot of my go-to licks just sound like generic minor blues that don't really fit. Okay, we're gonna fix that. Oh, also related, on Fire on the Mountain, I've been experimenting with using a D instead of a D sharp over the A chord, which is the minor pentatonic blues thing you were just talking about, I think. And that seems to work pretty well, yeah. Any licks to exploit this borrowed note. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna answer the question, but I'm gonna give you kind of the answer you want and the answer that you probably don't want but it'll help you a lot, I think, ultimately in the long run. So the answer in the long run, I think it's good that you're kind of figuring this out and analing out a little bit, but don't anal out too much. In other words, when you start jamming, just play. Play what sounds cool, have fun. Okay, but I do want to try to answer your question. So here's the deal. When you bend, wow, the cameras are switching a lot. We're doing a little test here. I'm totally testing. Maybe we'll just for fun, let's go all the way down. Let's see what we can do here. Woo, how about that? And then you guys can get a little bit more of a teaching shot. Okay. So we're having fun here. There's gonna be some shows coming up and a lot more lessons and stuff too. So anyway, we're testing it. Pardon the studio, it's a mess. You get the idea, but we're making it work here. Hopefully, knock on computers, it's all gonna work. Okay. So it's just two chords, right? It's just B, A, and I kind of looped it out a little for a second before I started the video, just to kind of save a little time. Basically, so B to A, and make it funky, right? You can be like B, A. Kind of squeeze it with your left hand. Squeeze, 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 while you're going like. Okay, that's our little funk strum. Down, up, 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 down, up. B to A. That's all. Okay, nice, easy, cool. And so B mixolydian, it's a great scale, and you could think of it in two ways. You could think of it as a B major scale, B major with a flat 7. Okay, so do re mi fa sol la te, do re mi fa sol la te, do. Okay, so te is like T flat, okay? Or you can think of it as an E major scale from B to B. Just out of convenience, I'm just gonna, or C sharp minor, whatever, I'm gonna think of it kind of right here, starting on a first finger and 9th fret. That's like C sharp minor. Okay, or E with the pinky, E. So first, third, pinky, first, third, pinky, first, third, big pinky stretch, first, third, first, second, pinky, first, third, pinky. And of course, technically it's B to B, but when you're jamming, you can jam wherever you want. So there, it's a nice position. Or I could take the same kind of pattern, start here on the 4th fret, or pinky on the 7, basically, 4th position. And I'm just gonna go pinky, first, third, pinky, first, third, pinky. That's the flat 7. First, third, first, second, pinky, first, second, pinky. Okay? And play it backwards. Rewind that if you need to. Cool. That's B mixolydian. Okay. So now Paul's question is like, all right, dude, you said we could bend. Where can I bend, right? Hope I'm looking at the right camera. I can't tell. Hi. Okay. So anyway, what's the deal? So here's the thing, is that like, you can bend from any note in the scale to any other note in the scale. If you can get there, you can do it. You could also bend to another note in another scale that sounds good, okay? So basically, you're not rando bending. That's like a beginner mistake I hear a lot when I'm teaching. They're just like, I'll bend. Like, no, you're bending from a note to another note. Oh, that's all. And but I will say this, the most common bend is probably to go from, in this kind of style, is to go from the 2nd to the third, okay? It's a whole step. So if you're like do, re, yeah? So that re is the second, and that's on the second note of the scale. It's on the 6th fret of the G string, third finger, especially on the acoustic, but even on the electric for control, we're going to use 3 fingers to bend, and we're going to make it go up a whole step. Let's just listen to what that sounds like without bending. Let's slide. A whole step's 2 frets, right? 6, 8, 6. Now I'm going to bend it. That's your little country lick that you hear all the time. Let's put it back on with a little jam. Resolve to the 1, right? Now I'm going to have my pinky on the high string. On the 7th fret. That's a great answer, but you know what? That's the most common bend, but we could do anything we want, man. What if we bend from the 3rd to the 4th? It's just a half step, right? And just for fun, I might, or not for fun, for strength, I might back up and use my 3rd finger, and 2nd and 1st can help. So let's go, and then let's go. Hear that? I overshot it a little the first time? So yeah, we want to make sure you're really in tune. Let's try it again. Pretty, right? What if we go from 3rd all the way to the 5th? Can we reach it on this guitar? I don't know, man. I'm going to tear this Martin up. Let's see. Woo! 7, the flat 7. You get the idea. So those are some ideas for bending. Now, you can blend that mixolydian scale with a major scale, and we talked about that a little bit, and that's called a bebop scale. So if you go do, re, I'm going to turn off this effect, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, ti, do, right? We've done that before, so 1st, 3rd, or that's my fingers, 4, 6 on the G string, and then 1st, 2nd, pinky, that's 4, 5, 7, and then same thing on the next string, 4, 5, 7, 1st, 2nd, pinky, and that's mixolydian, but you add in the major note. 4, 5, 6, 7 are the frets, okay? So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, ti, do. Oh, and I lost my cool teaching frame. Let me see if I can get that back. I thought it was stuck there, man. Oh yeah, I got it out of there. Okay, I get it. I'm learning the system, man. We'll get this all tidied up. Don't worry. This is a mess today, but we're having fun. Okay. Cool. And so now let's go further and let's add a blues scale. Okay, blues scale is going to be like. So I'm going on the 4th, 7, and then 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 7. Those are the frets, okay? And now I'm going to add that to the bebop scale. Holy cow. And we're going to get 10 out of 12 notes. We're going to get 1st, 3rd, pinky, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, pinky, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, pinky. That's actually kind of easy because it's so many notes. Pinky, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, pinky, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, pinky, 3rd, 1st, okay? And the trick is don't hang out too long on any note. Just kind of, make them like passing tones. And by the way, like this 1st, 3rd, pinky right here. You could instead go first, third, back a fret, and that's that. And that's the third fret of the B string. That's that D note that Paul asked about in his email. He's like, it sounds pretty cool. Well, yeah, it's part of the blues scale. It's real cool. And you can use it, but you're going to be a little bluesy. You're going to be kind of kicking things into more of rock and roll gear when you use that. But if you use it as a passing tone, it's really classy. If you just jam on it, that's cool too, but you're going to wank out a little bit. Just, you know what I mean? It's not total like Grateful Dead, so it's a little more rock and roll. So let's play with it. So we'll get that going again. All right. When I do that slide from the D to D sharp, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Let's get you into, there we go. Let's just do a little bit more. Here we go. I want you to sing it.